Are you a cold climate gardener and are you struggling to get the motivation to go out and buy plants? Well, I can sympathize with you because I'm a cold climate gardener too. My name's Jacqueline and I garden in the Zone 3 in Saskatchewan, Canada. And I want to share with you some of the plants I have gathered for my garden with a theme of purple. And these are varieties that are annuals mixed in with perennials and vines, as in clematis and of course bearded irises. I have a variety of plants here for you that will meet your needs no matter what size of garden you garden in, whether it's a deck, a patio, a container, or if you have a sprawling garden, large garden, or if you just have a pocket where you need some color. These plants fit the bill. So the first thing I have here is a beautiful hanging basket. This is what I would call a stunning recipe combining purples, whites, and a hint of pink in the center of the verbena. These are going to draw the eye into your garden. The petunias start out as very white with that purple streaks in the center, and then eventually they become this deep purple. Look at that color in the center. So you always have multiple variations of the petunia going on through the growth season. Now you can take these petunias, you can leave them in the hanging baskets and hang them up, or you can take them and you can put them in containers on the ground, or you can even take this mix of this plant and put it in the ground. So you have a lot of options with these. It's instant color, it's an instant recipe. You're not having to think too hard about it, what you're going to do for a color combination. All the work's been done for you. To add some perennials to your garden in this same theme, and you might want to put everything together that I'm showing you here because it's a fantastic combination, is we have some Heucheras. Now there is no specific name on these Heucheras, but what I can tell you is they are hardy in my climate because they're usually a zone 4 to 9 for Heucheras, and it has a beautiful purple color to the leaves with a nice bit of a veining. It's a deep greeny blue, but the back is dark purple. And this, if you look at it compared to the petunia, is stunning. They complement each other very, very well. Now, if you're looking for some height in your garden, look no further than a bearded iris. Now I have cut these off because they were falling over when I purchased the plants from Walmart, but they are a good middle of the garden kind of plant. They're going to be hardy in your cold climate. They love zones 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, right up to 8. They do very well. You don't want to plant them too deep because they like their rhizome exposed, but they are a good in-between plant. Because your showstopper in the garden that's going to take your breath away is going to be your clematis. This is First Lady. She is a stunner. She belongs to the group C of clematis, meaning you're going to cut her back to the ground in fall or in spring before it starts growing, and you're going to cut it back hard. This is a hardy clematis. It even says on the label it's good for a zone 3 cold garden. This mixture works very well together, and I'll tell you why. It's because the irises, if you plant them around the base of the clematis, keep the roots of the clematis from getting too hot. They don't like hot feet, so that would shield them. The purple color of the bearded iris with that of the clematis is stunning. They complement each other nicely. Then you go to the next level, which is your border, and you add in your Heucheras, and that pulls all the shades of purples together. You got your lavenders, you got your deep purples, and then you have your lavender and whites and a touch of pink. And this is a glorious combination that will give you color all summer long. And when you live in a cold climate and your summers only last basically this year, probably June to September, October, sometimes you want that color fast. Once the heat warms up, you don't want to wait for the plants to mature. By purchasing hanging baskets that are ready to go, and you can buy them, some of them just as cheap as you could buy individual plants to put in a container, If you find the ones you like, they're well worth the investment because they've already got some growth on them. Now, contrary to that, some people say, well, they're already spent by the end of the season because they've been grown in a greenhouse and they're already producing blooms. But you can pinch these plants back. And see here, we just pinch off the blooms. Any of the spent flowers on these, we pinch them back too. And that will keep them going. A good feeding of fertilizer when you put them in. So you put a slow release fertilizer in the holes of these plants or in the container if you pot them up, or even in here, lift up the canopy and put some right into the root system. And then water with a liquid soluble fertilizer and give them a harsh cutback a couple times in the season, and they will carry on for you. Just beware of budworms when it comes to petunias because they will demolish them. But if you don't have a budworm issue in your area, you're off to the races right away with glorious color. I have grown these in containers for a full season, no problem. I found it very beneficial though to pot them up into a bigger container and let them spread, because the smaller container, the more root bound they get, the sooner they dry out. But you definitely can keep them in a hanging basket if you provide them with the care they need and keep them watered. This is Jacqueline, Zone 3 and Thriving Gardening Channel, and thanks for coming out. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe. 93% of the people who watch my channel are not subscribed. It costs nothing to support the channel. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.